Hello and welcome back to another episode of Crown Wars. My name is Ike and today we're continuing the blind playthrough on Harder than the Hardest difficulty, Baron+++. We are finally advancing the story a bit, Sec of Saint Martin with our main squad. We do have Hawkbite, Divot, Renvin, Mike the Public Bravo and Edgar Alien Poe with us. Good weapons. Pretty much things are upgraded and ready to go, so let's start the battle and advance the storyline.
Ready to enter the fray?
Enter the village and find Nicholas. Well, I have a suspicion that we will find Nicholas right there.
Yes. On the move.
And I can already see kind of the red here.
Mercy. King Edward ordered us to destroy everything, to burn everything. But the voices are whispering in our heads. My men have gone mad. The voices, they won't stop calling out.
What are you talking? What are you talking? What are you on about here?
On my way. Yes.
Okay, Tabros, front line for you.
At your command. With me.
Plenty of frontline characters. There, moves in. His position there. I think we're going to engage very, very soon.
At your command.
Can someone also please explain me what exactly is happening? Ooh, got a siege weapon over there. Fantastic. I love to see that. We have anything else that we could make use of? Siege weapon, yes. And what are we dealing with? Two-handed, sword, dangerous, daggers, ranged. Interesting. They executed everyone. I mean, it's medieval times, so this is not even the most extreme that you would see.
Ready when you are.
Okay,
No problem.
listen, maybe we can force something with a nice little Overwatch, but I have my doubts. I have my doubts. We're not on timer. No one is really moving.
Yes.
So I will say, can we get somewhere? No, we cannot.
At your command.
We're doing the classical tank moves in, and enemies are coming to tank scenario. I think he's already dead, buddy. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, bleeding and rooted option. Cutthroat would be one. What do we have back here? The ranged character. You know, from all of the characters that I really want to impale and root, this one here is likely the one. There we go. Moving over here. We're not having the lone wolf bonus, but we're still fine. We can also impale this guy. Fantastic. So rooting is what I mean when I say impale.
At your service.
One, two. We can bum rush.
Ready to go.
The archer, or the protector is just going to get the archer. That's okay. Then there will be limited damage.
At your service.
Don't expect this.
Nice little strike. Shall we just knock you down? I think we shall. Resisted prone, but we got a crit out of it.
Yes.
I like that. On guard. He's not taunted.
Ready when you are.
I do have an idea, though. I do have an idea. Leading into kill. That frees up our movement.
Very well.
And Cerberus plus Diva are going to bum rush to the back. Coordinated strike. What are we dealing with? Taunted? Okay. Ah, yeah, he was taunted before. Might as well root him. Okay, cool. Okay, this should pretty much invalidate 2 of their turns. Rooted is such a nasty condition for melees. And he can't shoot for whatever reason. He couldn't move. We were just barely out of range. Haha, that was such a good turn, actually. That was such a good
Ready
turn.
when you are. Yes.
Here's some extra armor. Don't like that. Let's first get this guy down. Almost.
My turn.
I think we were he was bleeding, yeah, okay, so that's a crit. But now, the core question is, for how much is he bleeding? 3. Has 4 hit points. That's unfortunate. Now he's bleeding for a little bit more. We're not provoking attacks. Can just move over here. One hit. A little bit of poison. Despair is also not bad, because it will reduce his willpower for future for future effects. Guy's dead, right? Yeah, he's bleeding. Okay. Is this the elevated position? No. We're moving up. Now this should be elevated position, right? Might as well blind him if we manage to crit. 50% chance. Unfortunate.
At your service.
Good. This team still has a bit of a challenge in dealing with armor. Not that great, really.
God guides my hand.
He's actually dead. Bleed and poison will kill him. Good, we haven't used a lot for our engagement, and we're very, very healthy.
On my way.
Fight your way through the church. I like the sound of
Very
that.
well.
Great mission so far. Might need to give ourselves a little bit of time just to get the cooldowns back. I've used some cooldowns. Specifically the Beastmaster is kind of cooldown dependent class. Very, very high upfront damage if you do have cooldowns. If you do not have any cooldowns, you're still dealing very good damage, but not like insane amounts.
Understood.
Alchemist, similar, like the pesticides that we're having, is a nice cooldown to have.
Yes.
It seems to me, though, as if... Is this the boss? Wow. Eliminate the Zealot. Okay, for starters, this guy has quite a bit of movement, actually.
I'll keep watch.
They are all melee characters.
At your command.
So the only thing that we need to do is just get far enough. Are these things explodable? Not sure. Or, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if those explode or not.
I won't disappoint you. At your command. The hunt is on.
Okay.
Yes.
This gives us time to regenerate our cooldowns, and I'm not going to charge into these guys. Clever AI movement. Appreciate that. So we're not the only ones who have ever thought about that. Yeah, I think he's actually standing here. Like right there. Okay. Good. Double poison. far can these guys go? Potentially far enough. One, two. Okay, lovely. Keep going. One, two. I think we just killed those two. Albert is the hard counter for positioning yourself like an idiot.
Yes.
Guard.
Guides my hand.
Lovely.
Face me.
Seemingly untouched by that. We'll be able to hit two people with his sword.
Let's go.
Moving a little bit further away.
At your command.
Um, let's hope that we can nail him. Alright, he's rooted, that's perfect.
Ready to go.
Coordinated strike. Getting this guy down. Bit of poisoning. We're looking at 8 points of damage.
Ready when you are.
Can we deal 20 points of damage? Likely not. So in that case, rather setting the boss on fire. Missed. Not good. But we could
That hit the mark.
blind him. And we... Well, we critted, but we did not blind him. That's
Yes.
unfortunate. There is a chance for crit, and that would kill him. Almost. Almost got him. Very limited damage on our knight.
Disappoint you.
Our crusader, rather.
Yes.
Good. Moving towards our new target. And let's attack him. There's the taunt. Looking forward for that.
Yes.
Going in from the other side. We're not using the halberd. Trying to CC him. This plus blind. Resisted the blind, okay. It's 5% each time this unit deals damage. Okay, so we just don't want him to deal a lot of damage.
Yes. Deep
There is a poison. Resisted both. Okay, not
On
cool.
the move. At your command.
Good, he is taunted, right? We're spreading out. I just don't want too much problems.
Ready to go?
Deadly aim. Let's get this guy down. Come on. I need blindness. Blinded. Fantastic.
At your command.
Only a 35% chance to actually deal blinding, deal by
Ready to
bleeding
go.
damage.
Ready when you are.
No, he turned around. That's not good. Let's hope. He's dishing out damage to the taunted target. He, in fact, is reduction of armor. Knock him down. He's now officially prone. I love that. Just in case the mission is over afterwards, we're already healing up.
Yes. Out of my way.
1, 2. Nice crits, by the way. Okay. Might be the first end boss, I don't know. Almost got further weapon level up. So close to the weapon level up. 1,350
You defeated the
on everything.
mysterious fighter, but found no sign of Nicholas. Your enemy was carrying a strange scroll, probably coded and written in a foreign language. We need to speak with scholars from La Sorbonne to decipher it. Let's hope it helps us find Nicholas.
Okay. Fair enough. So let's do an upgrade. What do we want to upgrade first? I think I personally love the upgrade here. The forge is so good. And we're now having access to a couple of really supremely interesting weapons. For instance, the superior mace. Like, everything is just a little bit better. But I want to hold true to what we originally wanted to do, which is upgrade the different buildings. So we got 1 to level 3. Cool. Prison is going to be next. Prison is going to be next. Okay, cool. Black Monday. This gives us +1 legendary smith or whatever that means. Recommended companion level. Okay. Well, that's the next mission for the Prime team, that is. We're really going for that skirmish. I don't want to do that. Such a long travel there. Nah, we're not. We're not going there. What do we have here, by the way? Quick rescue. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, landed. Let's get going. We free the prisoner and escape. Well, that should not be a problem. The freeing part typically is not the issue. The escaping one part is becoming a bit more tricky. However, given that there's no penalty for losing companions, apparently, having a Beastmaster on these extraction missions is ultra helpful. I will say first or second impression on the game so far is there is definitely a interesting gameplay loop in there, and they've also put quite a bit of shall I say tools that like items that you can use. I think that will make for a bit of replayability, but like true replayability, it still feels that it is very melee focused, and other games like Battle Brothers, for instance, just do that a bit better, where you are having closer on the edge combats. I think there should have been better system in place for shall we say any form of disengagement from melee. The elusive trait is still not used enough in my perspective. A couple of other things, rock, paper, scissors like weapons would have been interesting, and overall just I would say more content, potentially another thing, because whilst the standard content here is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's actually, if anything, pretty good. If you compare it to, say, an XCOM, where new enemies are coming left and right and center, then at some point the game changes quite a bit. You're getting more interesting weapons. The enemies just do have a deeper pool of skills. And it seems to me, at least, that here the level of depth isn't fully there. Couple of things that I believe such a game could benefit from is, I know that they were trying to kind of stay faithful with the material of the 100-Year War. Okay, you can't really have flying dragons and so on. However, this game nonetheless lends itself actually quite well for fantasy things. So, if anything, you could put an overhaul into it and basically, I don't know, put a couple of undeads in. So just another faction that you could play with. I would even go as far as to say that the engine itself and the game, which plays quite fluidly, could be an interesting start for something more, like a campaign world where you do have different factions that are fighting against each other, almost like akin to Total War Warhammer, where you do have different objectives depending on the campaign, and with those different objectives, you always have a bit of replayability. So if they, just hypothetically speaking, would create an undead faction and maybe a couple of other factions, don't need to automatically go high fantasy in order to pull this off. Like moderate fantasy, I think, would already be fine. But yeah, you could do quite a bit, I would guess. Too bad that they did not position in a way that I could hit 3. Not sure if it is worthwhile enough to go then. We're going to just do the standard halberd into complete obliteration theme. Ouch, look at the damage. This is crazy.
Yes.
Wow, blind and a naughty hit, okay.
At your command. Ready when you are.
Ooh. Nasty hit again. Yeah, just completely demolishes. Moving up.
May justice be served. Ready when you are.
One, two, three, yeah, I think this here.
Dodge that.
Is going to give us Lone Wolf bonus. Okay, yeah, we're already hitting and killing this guy. Okay, easy pickings.
Yes. Ready to go.
Yeah, we're just leaving the VIP with us. No point in rushing forward. Can't single extract in this game. Good.
Ready when you are.
This is as far as we can or should go.
Very well. The first to move. Very well. At your command.
The weapon upgrades are substantial. I can
blade
also
is
see
yours.
this game has a bit of a
Understood.
challenge with an alpha strike problem. I think the hit point
When you are.
adjustments that we've taken
Consider it.
were unironically super helpful
Yes.
for just keeping the integrity of the game. I will further say that it would be helpful for this game to maybe make cover a bit more relevant. Overall, it just feels like this is not relevant enough. And that's a bit of the issue.
Understood. Yield.
Triple poison. Oh, wow. Into another poison. Alright. 35 points of damage just with that throw. Nasty. Good, in case we're not getting you guys
Face
down.
me.
This is helpful. Good. Poisoning. Very good.
Yes.
Moving up, we need to remove some of the quite nasty armor, actually. Strike him down. Bone means full crit damage. He's now burning for 10,
You're mine.
and that's a kill. Oh wow, okay, so 8 hit points, burns poison for 10. He's poisoned for 10. He's poisoned for 50.
Yes.
That's going to be a slaughter.
The hunt is on. Yes.
Already dead. Holy. Just as a matter of principle, I move up with a bear just so
Yes.
anything else is coming through. Okay, end of turn. These two guys are dying. I will say
Ready
there
to
hasn't
go.
been a single person that we could capture. So we're just going to wait for the reinforcement and see
Yes.
if there is a capturable individual. If answer yes, good. If answer no, we're out of here.
The first to move.
Is that a decent spot? Yeah, I
Yes.
think good enough. Yeah, we're definitely killing faster than they can respawn.
If it moves, I'll shoot.
Overwatch, Overwatch,
At your service.
Overwatch.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what kind of enemies are coming. Is any one of them having shackles by any means? Answer is no. And that in return means see you later. Almost level 5. We're doing so well, even with a secondary team. I think we're ready to go for with the prime team for the next mission. We're definitely ready. Good. Prime team will be sent out to next mission. Renvin, Divert. No, we're not doing double Beastmaster, although that's a nice thought. You know what? Buy consumables. I would like 2 more. They are expensive. Need the fur. I think we're okay. Normal balm is fine. now that I think about it. Prison cell. Upgrade. Still need a little bit more wood. Good. Where are the other missions? I think the game is slowing them down so that you're not fully over leveling the storyline. Sort of makes sense. I think the overland map could benefit from a little bit more than just like randomly spawning missions. Now the rescue, we're sending our team there. Wait, what's the objective here? Only level 3 companions and lore can take part in this battle. Is everybody level 4 already? Ooh. That's a side trap right there. Well, let's have a thought process about that. So currently we have 15. We upgrade to the next set of the main hall. We will have, if we upgrade to the next set of the main hall, we will have 18 that we need. I could theoretically now go into recruitment. There's like one player here, level 3, and everybody else like hard stuck Bronze League of Legends. I don't know, man. One mission is likely not worth it. If I put a full level 1 team here, only level 3 companions or lore can take part in that. Is this going to be an entrenchment that is regularly going to come up so that I need to keep level 3 companions around? And it's a hard, difficult mission. Free prisoner. I mean, they are benefiting from upgraded weapons, right? Even the level 1s. But we're just not having a lot of leeway there. I really don't like the idea. If we had a few more, say, level 2s in the recruitment here, I could consider that. We have one level 3 and lots of level 1s. Can't really upgrade unless I'm buying more wood, which is unavailable. Do we really have to let that go? It appears to be a no-starter. Anyways, we're going to do the Black Monday mission in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a good one, and see you soon. Bye-bye.